Hey everybody, this is Kirsten here. Welcome back to the Balanced Vibes podcast. Today's episode is more about mindset and why it is so important to stay calm and relaxed when you are working towards your health and fitness goals. Before that, though, make sure that you're already a member of my Fit and Fuel Facebook group. If you are not yet, please join me there. This is the place where I go live multiple times a week, share a lot of information, and I'm definitely more there now that I'm taking a break from Instagram. So if you have any questions, if you need any personal help with your health and fitness goals, please come join the group and ask. You can ask in the group. You can also send me a private message there, and I will help you out as much as I can. So this is my passion. This is what I love doing, and we have a great community there of 420 something ladies, and I absolutely love our little group there. So make sure that you join that group. Once again, you can find it at Fit and Fueled on Facebook. Okay, so today we're going to talk about how to stay calm when you're working towards your health and fitness goals and why it is so important. We're also going to talk about some things that are known to make you freak out and how to avoid these things. Because let me tell you, being in this mindset of freak out or intensity or having to get everything super, super quick is not good for you if you have long-term health and fitness goals. And I do believe that your goals are long-term because what's the point of achieving them if you're not going to keep them? So this is what I want for you, that you're able to keep them too. So I feel like everything in our world is kind of moving towards faster, quicker, more instant. When you look around on social media, you also see that short form content is so much more common these days. You know, quick TikTok videos, quick, YouTube shorts, and short captions, right? But we are not really doing too much of like long form podcast anymore, or we don't want to read long blog posts. Remember when the internet businesses first started, everybody in the fitness space was writing blog posts. So now who's writing blog posts anymore? Not too many people. And people don't have the time or the patience to read a caption on Instagram that takes them maybe 1 minute. So everything is moving towards like quicker, give me the result faster. But we don't actually realize that this sense of urgency, wanting to get everything quickly, also doesn't let us to fully focus on the things that we need to focus on. And it really puts us in this headspace of like panic and I want everything super quickly. And it's not the place to be if you want to get long term results. So I see this pattern, of course, in social media, but I also see it in the ways that we approach our health and our fitness. And there are several things, several reasons why we get into this mindset that everything has to happen super, super quickly. I personally, just a side note, I still love doing these podcasts. When I do use Instagram, I love writing like longer captions. I just feel like I can say more. I feel like I'm connecting with you, like listeners, more when I'm sharing longer stuff. To me, I'm not on TikTok. I'm not planning to be on TikTok because I just really feel that I cannot give a whole lot of value from those like little a couple second things, even though it seems like the world is going this direction. I'm staying old fashioned and I just need to talk more. I need to kind of get a little more into details because this is how you really transform your health. And this is how you really get sustainable results. Okay, so let's talk about a couple of things then that can make you feel like really panicky and kind of wanting those instant results that are actually not the best results because you want to maintain them. So, the first thing that can make you feel like I need this thing by yesterday is your previous experience. So, let's say that you have done several diets in the past. And for example, you cut your carbs out completely, or you cut your over calories out, or not out completely, but to a very low place, or you stopped eating certain foods and you got results really quickly. And you remember that this was awesome, right? You lost 5 pounds in the first day, and then you lost 10 pounds in the first, I don't know, 1.5 weeks. And you want that again because it was so cool. But you forget one thing, it didn't last. And it didn't last because you had this intensity, you had this urgency, and then you took this really extreme approach to getting this result. Now, if you listen to my previous episode, I talked a lot about reverse dieting and how it can take months, months and months for you to start seeing results. You know what I'm talking about, why you need patience. So just because in the past you got some quick results from quick diets, it doesn't mean that it was the right way to do it, because if it was the right way, you wouldn't be there looking for the other solution, because obviously it didn't work. So whatever you accomplished in the past that was, quick and sudden, and it just helped you lose weight really quickly, just try to forget that that happened and try to understand that what you're doing now is going to be slower, is going to be more sustainable. You're going to approach it with a mindset of calm and presence and trusting the process, instead of wanting to lose the 10 pounds by yesterday. It's just not the healthy way to do it. It's not going to keep that 10 pounds away, right? The next thing that encourages this really high, like intense and needing everything super quick mindset is the marketing that we see on media and social media. So you see like all kinds of like diet promoting posts, right? Oh, look at that, do this diet, and she lost 20 pounds in 3 weeks. And then you double tap on this post and you get more of this stuff in your feed, right? Because this is how social media works. This is how the algorithms work. So now you get more of this stuff. Now you get more pictures of people who lost 20 pounds in 3 weeks, and you're like, I want that. And then you sign up for this diet or whatever the way it was, how they did it, and you're going to do it. And then you're going to feel all excited at first, but then you're not going to feel excited afterwards because it didn't last. So really become super aware of what kind of marketing stuff you like, what kind of social media posts you comment, what do you kind of let into your consciousness, because understand that so much stuff out there that you see is just fake. It really is fake. So, these miracle stories, how somebody lost super big amount of weight in just such a short amount of time, many of them aren't actually even real. And you have to understand that social media is designed that way, that it just pushes more stuff in front of you. And marketers know what catches people's eyes. And of course, these are the side by side photos. And I'm not saying that they're bad. I've been using side by side photos a lot too, but to show more like longer term results, or show like different results, not how somebody lost weight, like a huge amount of weight by cutting a ton of calories. Just have to be aware of this thing. And if you have a lot of that in your social media feeds, you just have to stop following it and stop liking this stuff, because this is not the way you want to do it. It only encourages more of this like urgent and panicky mindset. And what else it encourages is you feeling less than all these other people that you see, because now you start thinking, oh my god, they did this, how did they do this, what's wrong with me, why am I not losing 20 pounds in 3 weeks, why can I not stick with this 1500 calorie diet, what is wrong with me? So it's really encouraging this like negative self-image and bad self-talk. And I don't want this for you. Instead, I want you to stay calm and present and trust the journey that you are. Of course, that's given that you know what you're doing, or you're working with somebody who knows what they're doing and you are on the right path. So trust this process instead of liking everything that you see on social media and trusting and believing that it's all true and thinking that you have to be doing the same thing. And one more thing that kind of puts us into this mindset of panicky and oh my goodness is if you're working with somebody who uses this type of language to, not necessarily intentionally, but still to scare you, right? So sometimes you may have a person say, your metabolism completely damaged, is so broken. So if you hear that, it's gonna make you feel pretty horrible. But let me tell you, your metabolism is just adapted. So if you've been eating low calories for a long time, the way we talked about in the previous episode, then yeah, your metabolism is adapted, but it's not broken. It's not that you cannot come out of this situation. It's not that you cannot speed it up again. I've even heard things like, when I turned 30 and my metabolism slowed down. Wait a minute. It doesn't slow down like that in your 30s. If your practitioner tells you things like that, that's about time. I've also heard from some of my clients that their doctor told them that you're in menopause now. Now there's nothing that helps you gonna get fat. And how discouraging is that? Without this practitioner even asking the patient how much protein you're eating, how many calories are you eating, are you lifting weights, are you resting enough, how is your nervous system health? No, I feel like a lot of people, a lot of doctors don't have time or knowledge to ask any of these questions. And they're just saying menopause, boom, let's put the label on you, you're fat now. Sorry. So it doesn't have to be this way. So if you work with somebody who uses this language and is really discouraging, it's time to leave. Just go away, go find somebody else. I had an experience with something similar myself, where somebody told me, health professional also told me that, holy shit, I've never seen these types of lab results before. Oh my God, you're in a terrible place. And that happened. And because I take my health pretty seriously, I wouldn't say seriously, but I would say it is important for me. It did freak me out. And for a couple of days, I was like, oh my God, what is going on with me? Is it really that bad? How bad is it? What do I do? What's the next step? Like really like panicky, worried mindset. And I decided that I'm not going to talk to this person. I'm not, because all it did was stress me out more. And that additional stress definitely didn't make any of my labs better, because when you are stressed out, all you do is think about your health, think about your concerns and your worries and how to fix yourself, which puts a burden on you. So it's not that don't deal with stuff if they come up, or if there's something in your labs that shows that you should improve certain areas. Of course, do that. Work with a trusted practitioner, but also watch, what kind of language they're using. Is it like a really fear causing, like, oh my goodness, this is really, really bad. What have you been doing the past 3 years? If it's like that, then I would just say, for the sake of your own sanity, just stop. And I've heard so many horror stories from other people too. Things like, if you don't do this elimination diet, you're probably always going to be super inflamed and never going to be better. Or I've heard things like, what would be a good example? Like if you eat more than 30 grams of carbs per day, your insulin is absolutely, your blood sugar is absolutely wrecked. Like this is so bad. It's like you're going down the path of type 2 diabetes. It's not. Just be aware if you hear these types of stories, if you hear this type of language from your practitioner or other people around you. I would say this is not the place you want to be. These are not the people you want to be listening to. Sure, work on your health, but don't panic over it. So what I encourage you to do, instead of like, thinking, oh, in the past I was able to do this and how come this is not working and what should I change, or instead of like looking at every like marketing photo and social media post that puts you in this high alert panic mode and thinking why you are worse than everybody else, just take this approach of like calm and relaxed and trusting the process. Of course, you have to have a process too. You cannot be like, okay, I'm just going to be sitting here being like hella calm and hoping that everything will just fix itself. You'll have to do the work, but you need guidance. I think most people need, like, yeah, strong but still friendly and healthy guidance that is not panicky, and that is not causing this mindset of like, oh shit, I'm really broken, because you're not broken. I don't think anybody's broken unless you get like something's really, really bad is going on and need to be addressed like urgently. I don't think most things are like that. So you can stay relaxed. You can follow the path that you have, that your coach or your health coach has given you, and trust the process. Uh, there's nothing that needs to be like fixed by tomorrow. There's time. Also with your weight loss or your fat loss. I know you might be thinking, oh, there's like this trip is coming up in 3 weeks and I need to, or my wedding is coming up in 1 month and I absolutely must lose 10 pounds. You have time. You have time. Nothing's ever so urgent that it should kind of put you in this high alert, high nervous system, crazy, frantic mode. It's not worth it. So work on your goals. Know that there's a process. If you don't know how to improve your health or how to get to your desired body composition in a healthy way, find a person that you can work with, and do the things that are required, but stay calm at the same time. Let me tell you, the panic is never going to help. It's never going to speed up anything. So I hope that this is helpful for you. It's a little bit different episode today than usual. Usually I feel like I'm more like strategic, but this time I felt like it's important to talk about the mindset part of the whole fitness and health journey as well. So hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please make sure that you subscribe to this podcast, whether you are listening to it on an app or watching on YouTube. And tell your friends too, because the more people can find the show, the more people learn the actual healthy way of getting fitter and stronger. So thank you so much for being here today, and I'll see you in the next episode.